Hey everyone, welcome back to Spitball Media. I'm Nick. Today I'm just going to do a solo thing. I'm going to be talking about The Simpsons. As you all know that they released a Thanksgiving horror, and they also have their treehouse of horror like they do every year. Since 91 I think. So like I said, this year they decided to do a Thanksgiving horror to, I guess, to expand their horror thing. I don't know. Just, they did it. That's all I can say. I'm going to review that, and I'm going to compare it to their Halloween Treehouse of Horror they had this year. So first off, let me talk about the Treehouse of Horror first, since it came out before this one. It did a parody of Stranger Things, which I thought was, it was okay, but I'd never seen Stranger Things, so I don't know. I can't say it did a good parody or not because I'd never seen it. Then it did a one about where Homer dies and something about not his time, so as a ghost he takes control of just dead bodies apparently, and he gives him different bodies. And of course, being Homer, he ruins them and he converts back to his old Homer self. And eventually, at the end, he ends up being in Moe's body for some reason, and then Moe ends up as the baby, which is weird. And then finally, they did one with the aliens, of course. They have to be in every single one. I think it was Kang, I'm not sure, but he falls in love with Marge's sister, Patty, and he's locked up by Burns in his secret lab at the power plant, and they escape. And of course, Patty's sister Selma, also falls in love with Kang's other alien, Kodos, and they end up living together and having a honeymoon and stuff. So, all in a whole, the first episode, the Stranger Things parody, it was pretty good. It was a little creepy, had a little good atmosphere. I liked it. The second one, it just been done. Homer's been a ghost a couple times throughout the Treehouse of Horrors. One of them, he died by eating broccoli. He had to do good to go to heaven. Of course, Maud's been a ghost a few times in there. It was just a typical average episode. And then the ending one with Kane and Kodos, it was okay. I do like them a little bit. I think they're interesting characters. I wish they were more often used in the normal series during the show. They have been used a couple times during the regular show, but I don't know. It was okay. Altogether, I give it like a 3 out of 5. It was just average. In the opening scene, in the opening couch gag or whatever you want to call it, they get Maggie. She's like the omen thing, and she's like possessed by the devil and kills everybody, and it goes to The Simpsons. So next we talking about the Thanksgiving horror one. That was an interesting concept. It opened up like the original Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors used to, where Marge would walk out on stage and get this big spiel, oh, it's so scary, don't watch it, blah blah. And Homer's like, oh, that's not scary. What's really scary is what time Thanksgiving dinner is. Is it 1 o'clock? Is it 7? Is it scary 4:15? And then the two aliens come out and they're dressed up as pilgrims. And Marge asks us, what are y'all doing here? Y'all getting ready for the festive? And Kane was like, no, we're here to take over your planet. And we're dressed up as oppressors. Don't oppressors look like this? Marge is like, yeah, sure. And so then it goes to the title card, and Thanksgiving horror. So the first episode is they are all turkeys. The Simpson family and a few others that are close to the Simpsons, they're all turkeys. And the rest of the town are pilgrims. Of course, Chief Wiggum and his 2 cops are hunting them and end up capturing a bunch of them and they start chopping off the turkeys' heads, and eventually Homer escapes, and basically Chief Wiggum gets his upcomings by a bear and gets killed. It was pretty gruesome. It had a lot of blood splatters, watching them get their heads cut off. It was interesting. Of course, it pulled that Star Wars Christmas special thing where gobble, gobble, gobble. Wasn't put any words underneath it. It was just gobble, gobble, gobble. So, other than that, it was interesting. That episode was interesting. Next one, I didn't really care for it. It was basically Homer bought a Cortana or a Lexus, and it basically had a digital Marge that thought she was the real Marge, and it ended up Marge was competing with digital Marge, and then the digital Marge wanted to get out because she didn't want to be deleted, and went through this whole spiel about Thanksgiving dinner, and she got out. It was okay. It wasn't really nothing special. It was just a cheesy treehouse of horror kind of episode. One of those ones you're like, yeah, it's just there, it's filler. So that was the last one. They kind of ripped off what was that movie? Interstellar, I want to think. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on this. But they're basically all the kids are in freeze lock, and they get out early to do normal things on the ship while they're, of course, floating through space. And they realize, oh, it's Thanksgiving, let's have Thanksgiving together. Well, there's no food. Of course, Bart don't want to eat tomatoes or wheat germ or whatever, so they end up throwing up out of the space lock. So they end up finding a can of cranberry sauce, right? And they go to this replicator to make more of it. Well, the replicator can't replicate organic matter. It only can replicate inorganic matter like plastic and all that junk metal. So he puts it in anyways, and of course it don't work. And he's like, oh, well, we'll go find something else. Apparently, it made the cranberry come to life, and it started sucking all the bones out of all the kids on the ship, which was pretty kind of creepy, it was creepy looking, watching kids get their skeletons sucked out of them. It's a little weird. And after a while it got big. The reason they said, oh, it's eating bones is because it's made from marrow or something, so it's whatever. I thought cranberry sauce made from cranberries, but no, it's made from marrow, whatever. Ended up trying to make himself a big can to live in, and of course Martin treating it like he's a god, and they end up throwing it out into space eventually, and they end up crash landing onto this planet, and it's still alive on the planet. And then these alien Indians come up, and they had bowls in their hand, and all the cranberry wanted to do was to be eaten. So it got what it wanted. It got eaten. That was kind of weird, but for that special, I think they did pretty good. I honestly liked it. I honestly think the Thanksgiving of Horror was better than the Treehouse of Horror this year, honestly. Compared to the 3 episodes they did for Treehouse of Horror and compared to the 3 episodes they did for the Thanksgiving of Horror, I think they should keep running it. Put back more Thanksgiving Horrors. I think it would do real good. I mean, I'm a Simpsons fan, but I'm not like a die-hard Simpsons fan. I don't watch every single episode, but I do like to watch Treehouse Horror when it comes on every year. It's a nice laugh, see what they can do. Lately, they've been pretty bad, and some people give them praise, but I'm thinking some of these episodes are bad. I don't know why they're trying to praise it. But if they can keep it up with the Thanksgiving Horror they do it next year, I would like to see what they do next year, honestly. So, with that said, I'm going to try to do some of these by myself. I'm going to do like TV episodes. I'm going to do Family Guy next on their new episodes. probably going to review TV shows that I watch. Hopefully, maybe Jeremiah will put something out that he does. He's been wanting to do stuff with Star Trek, so I don't know. That's up to him. We'll be coming back with more movie reviews here soon. Just stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you later. Nick out.